Alright, so if you found this video, you know we're talking about lock busters. And I would start out by saying, don't ever do this, ever. And if you're going to ignore that piece of advice, do it with the door open so you don't wind up locked out of your own house. And I shouldn't have to say don't do it on somebody else's house. What a lock buster is, it's basically a key blank that's got a cut in it. You can buy these from like Sparrow's Lockpick, sells them, some other places sell them. I actually made this one, so it should hopefully be as effective as one of theirs. What a lock buster is, you can see it's just basically a key blank that's got a deep cut in it, and it's angled on the one side where it'll actually slide into the lock. However, it's not angled on this the front side here where we'll actually pull back out of the lock. So once that goes in, it's not coming out. And so I'm going to go ahead and set the camera up on a tripod here, and I'll go ahead and demonstrate it. So I'm ignoring my first piece of advice, and doing this, I am going to follow my second piece of advice, which I have the door open so I don't have to walk around the house and go in a different door. Now you see, just have a regular slag deadbolt. Deadbolt works with a key. It works pretty flawlessly. And what we'll do is we're going to take our lock buster. All the lock buster does here to use it is you just insert it in the lock, and it's cut on one side where it'll go in. It's on the other side where it's not coming out. So now it's in the lock. Does not break the lock, and now it's in there, and that thing is not coming out. And keep trying hard enough, it's going to eventually break the lock. And if you really wanted to, you could just snap this off. Which actually, when I show you how to get this out, I'm going to have to snap it off. So I guess I'll go ahead and do that now. Yep, actually forget it. I already took this off once messing with it. I didn't tighten it all the way on there, so I got to take it off again. So let me go ahead and do that real quick here, and then we'll demonstrate how to actually get this out. It's kind of a pain actually. So go ahead and do this here. I'll do it on camera, and I'll just fast forward here. Hopefully you know how to take a deadbolt off. So the deadbolt, it'll still work from the inside. Just if you were outside, you're going to be drilling the lock, or if you're lucky, you have another way in. Otherwise, you'll be just drilling it out. So let me get this off real quick here. Okay, so got our deadbolt off. Key still is going to come out. So let me go into my workshop area here, and I will demonstrate getting this thing out. Yeah, be right back. Alright, so we've got our lock buster still in the lock, disabling the lock. And now to get this out, what we'll do is we've got to get this screw out, lock apart here. And if you ever brought this to if you didn't know somebody did this to you, and you brought this to a locksmith shop, they try to key extract. They probably break it off, try to get key extractors. It might be broke off already, but if they just think the key is stuck and won't come out, what they would do is they would actually take it to this point here, and get this off here. And they would actually just try to tighten this, because if this gets loose, the key will get stuck anyway. You tighten it down, the key will come out. So maybe try to tighten that, it's still not going to come out. So at that point, you got to get access to the back of the lock, which you can't do with it in the body. So it's in there, it's not going to pass through. So now you have to break it off. So to do that, pliers, go back and forth on it. Okay, and now we've broken it off, so now we can actually get the lock out of the housing here. So we'll set that aside. And even with pliers here, this thing is still not going to come out this way. So we need access to the back of the lock. So we're going to go ahead and take this apart. Okay, so now we've got access to the back of the lock. And remember, this thing is cut in a way that it'll go forward in the lock, but it won't go backwards. So now I'm going to take another key made by, it's still a Slage key, and I'm going to try and actually push this into the lock. And what I'm trying to do is actually force the key out the back of the lock. Okay, and it doesn't want to go. Okay, so if it doesn't want to go like that, then the way around that is just kind of brute force. So this is an anvil, and it's got a hole in it here, so we're going to set the lock on it. And you see why now you don't want to do this. And try to take my other key here and see if basically just tap. Okay, and I got it out. Okay. Now for some reason this key is stuck in the lock when this key shouldn't be stuck in the lock. There we go. Okay. So now we've got it out. That's what it looks like here, and then the lock actually still works. It didn't break the lock here because I was able to get it out. So yeah, the lock will still, as you can see, will still. Let me see if I can get it on camera and get the anvil out of the way. All right, so the lock will actually still turn now. It actually functions fine once you get it out the back way, but getting it out backwards is the only way to do it, unless you get lucky and have a deadbolt like this that the top would just pop off. You dump all the pins out and it would come out the correct way without it. But you know, with a Schlage lock, it's always going to have a sealed top on it, and you could grind that off and solder it closed, or you need to have to do what I just did. But anyway, so that's it's a little bit about lock busters, how they work, what they do. It basically just causes the person to be locked out of whatever room that is, and unless they have another door in there, you'd have to just basically just drill the lock out, because you're not getting it out with the lock still in the door. And that's all for now.